So thank you for doing the hard work and support everyone that's on the ticket. Go blue, and Democrats deliver. Thank you.
Senator Duckworth, I just have a quick question. Why haven't Democrats codified Roe yet, despite being in charge of both houses? Why haven't Democrats codified Roe yet, despite being in the House? But the filibuster is a choice, though, and every single week we hear more and more stories of women to the point where they're going to die. Why have the Democrats, despite being in charge, not codified Roe yet?
We have put Roe on the floor. We've put the Women's Reproductive Rights Act on the floor, and we've not been able to get it. You have
Manchin, you have Simina, you have Murkowski.
Democratic senators.
You have the votes. Please return to Washington and codify Roe. Every single week, more and more women are suffering because we have not codified Roe. You are in charge of both houses of Congress. Please return to Washington and codify Roe while you still have power in both houses. We need to protect the women. Every single week, more and more women are suffering because Democrats have not codified Roe yet. Please return to Washington and codify Roe. You have the power in both houses to codify Roe. Please return to Washington, D.C. and codify Roe. You have the votes to do this. Please return and codify Roe. Please do that. You have the votes to codify Roe. Please return to Washington and codify abortion rights. You already have the votes to do that. Please codify Roe. I am begging you to please return to Washington, D.C. and actually codify Roe. They have the votes right now. You have the votes. Sinema is down, Manchin is down, Murkowski is down, Collins is down. Please return to Washington, D.C. and codify Roe. We're begging you so much. There are women that are suffering right now, and it's only a matter of time before women start dying because we need you to codify Roe. You are in power right now. You have control over both houses of Congress. She knows. Please return to Washington, D.C. and codify Roe. You can do it right now. You have the votes. I am begging you, Senator Duckworth, please return to Washington, D.C. and codify Roe. You can do that.
She's going to.
She can do it right now. She's had months to do this. Please, Senator Duckworth, please, I am begging you to please return to Washington and codify Roe. You have the votes. Please do it now while you're in power. I am begging you. Please return to Washington, D.C. and codify Roe.
They're not in session, and she can't.
They've had months. They've had months to do this. They are in power now. Please return to Washington and codify Roe. Senator Duckworth, I am begging you.
She will fight. She will do that.
They've had months to do that.
Yep, that'll be enough. That'll be enough. Right. They will know. I actually talked to him today. I just
yeah, all we have is.
How do you get a sign?
I am begging you, Senator Duckworth, please return to Washington, D.C. and codify Roe. We cannot wait till January or February or March or whenever time you feel like doing this. We need to codify Roe now. You have the votes. You have control over both houses. Please return to Washington, D.C. and codify Roe. At a certain point, women are going to die. We need to get this down now. You have the votes. Please return. We cannot wait until next year or the year after, whenever you think that it's going to happen. Please return to Washington and codify Roe. I am begging you. We cannot wait until next year. Every single week we have a new story, and it's sooner or later women are going to die because the Democrats have not codified Roe yet. Please, Senator Duckworth, I am begging you to return to Washington, D.C. as soon as possible and codify Roe. You have the votes to do this. You are in power now. Please do this. I am begging you. Women will die if you do not return to Washington and codify Roe. Please. Tammy Duckworth, please return to Washington and codify Roe. I am begging you. Women will die unless you do this. We cannot wait until next year, the year after, or whenever. We need you to return. You have the votes. Please return and codify Roe. The filibuster is just a choice. You have the ability to do this on your own. Please do not make us wait. Women will die if you do not return to Washington and codify Roe. Women need abortion health care. They need it now, and you're not doing anything. You have the votes. You're in power now. I am begging you. Please return to Washington. Use the power that you actually have and codify Roe, because women will die without the right to abortion health care. To Senator Duckworth, please, I am begging you, return to Washington, D.C., codify Roe while you still have both houses of Congress, because it will not be for long. We cannot wait.